Hi, 8th grade. Welcome to your first lesson of Topic 6, Lesson 6.1, Analyze Translations. By the end of the lesson, I want you to be able to say, I can translate two-dimensional figures. Let's solve and discuss it. Ashanti draws a trapezoid on the coordinate plane and labels it Figure 1. Then she draws Figure 2. How can she determine whether the figures have the same side lengths and the same angle measures? Well, to figure out if they have the same side lengths, we could measure them with a ruler, just like they're showing. So measure with a ruler. And the same angle measures, we could measure with what's called a protractor. All right. Focus on math practices. How do you know that the method you describe shows whether the side lengths and angle measures are equal? Explain. Well, the side lengths and angle measures are equal if they are the same. If all the side lengths and the angles are equivalent to each other, the corresponding ones, like the bottom line and the bottom line, or the top right angle and the top right angle, if they're all the same corresponding, meaning you could actually pick the one figure up, put it on top of the other one, and they would look exactly the same, that means they are congruent. Congruent means equal, equivalent, the same figure. All right, example number 1. Understand translations. A landscape architect shows a plan for a new patio to a client. The client wants the fire pit moved 6 feet to the right and 3 feet farther from the house. Where should the architect place the fire pit? How will the client's request change the fire pit? The architect translates or slides the fire pit 6 feet to the right and 3 feet from the house. So here's some new vocab words. A transformation is a change in the position, shape, or size of a figure. And a translation is a transformation that moves every point of a figure the same distance in the same direction. So we're just moving the fire pit. Are we changing the size of the fire pit? No. Are we changing the shape of the fire pit? No. We are just moving it 6 feet to the right and 3 feet down. So the fire pit has been translated. Each part of the pit has been moved an equal number of feet to the right and an equal number of feet away from the house. The fire pit still has the same size, shape, and orientation. Orientation means we didn't rotate, we didn't turn the fire pit at all. Let's try it. The clients also want a small table below the window moved 5 feet to the right. Where should the architect place the small table? Draw the new location of the table on the plan. So here's our table. It's right under there. So we're going to move it 5 feet to the right. There's our 5 feet. Still the same table, still the same shape, size, still facing the same way. An equilateral triangle with a side length 5 inches is translated 3 units down and 2 units right. Describe the shape and dimensions of the translated figure. Well, the shape would be the same and the dimensions would be the same. So the shape and dimensions do not change. So it'd still be an equilateral triangle. And with side lengths of 5 inches. So it's the same triangle, it's just moved around. Example number 2. Translate a figure on a coordinate plane. Polygon ABCD has vertices A at -1, 6, B at 4, 5, C at 2, 2, and D at -2, 0. Graph and label the vertices of A, B, C, D, and A prime, B prime, C prime, D prime. Its image after a translation of 8 units down and 3 units left. Okay, some new words there. Prime. Whenever you see A with like an apostrophe, we say that as A prime. It means it was the point A, and now it's been translated, it's been moved. Still the same point, just in a different position. In a transformation, the original figure is the pre-image. So that's what it was beforehand, previous. The resulting figure is the image. The image of a point A is read A prime. So think of it like you're an original person. I take your picture. Your original person is the pre-image. When I take the picture, I have that frozen. That's the image. So it was 8 units down and 3 units left. So every single point, you're going to count down 8 and over 3 and put the new point, A prime. From B, we go down 8 over 3. There's B prime. C goes down 8 over 3. There's C prime. And lastly, D, we go down 8 over 3, that's D prime. So as you can see, it's the exact same shape, same orientation, just in a different spot. So the side lengths, the corresponding side lengths are the same. AB is the same length as A prime, B prime. The angle measures are the same. Measure of angle A is the same thing as A prime. Example 3, describe a translation. So this is when they give you a translation, they give you the image and the pre-image. Remember, the pre-image is the first one. The image is the one with the primes. And they want to know what is the transformation. The translation, how do you go from the pre-image to the image? So what is a rule that describes the translation that maps trapezoid PQRS onto trapezoid P prime, Q prime, R prime, S prime? So if we go from one point to the next, if I want to go from P to P prime, I can see that we are moving up 1, 2, and over 1. So go up 2, over 1. So each vertex of the trapezoid is translated, oh, I was wrong, 1.5 units to the right and 2 units up. Oh yeah, there, I see it now. All right, triangle ABC is translated 5 units right and 1 unit down. Graph and label the image of A prime, B prime, C prime. If measure of angle A is 30, what is the measure of angle A prime? So let's translate it first. So our rule is 5 units down and 5 units right and 1 unit down. So I'm going to take point A, I'm going to count over 5 to the right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1 unit down, and put a point and label that point A prime. Now I'm going to do that for every point. So B, 5 units to the right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1 unit down, put a point, label it B prime. And lastly with C, 5 units to the right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1 unit down, put a point, label it C prime. Now I can connect my points, A prime, oh that was terrible. A prime to B prime to C prime. Same triangle, just in a different position. Well, if it's the same triangle and measure of angle A is 30, the measure of angle A prime is also 30. On the next page, the key concept. A translation or a slide is a transformation that moves every point of a figure the same distance in the same direction. So remember, the pre-image is that first one, and then the image is what happens after we translate it, after we move it or slide it. But the angle measures are the same, and the side lengths are the same. All right, 8th grade, let's say it. I can translate 2-dimensional figures. All right, have a great day.